To the Gnostics, the early esoteric Christians and mystics, the Father God is not the God of the Old Testament, because that is a personification of a narcissistic, violent, dominating father, right? And that really hurt me personally growing up in Christian fundamentalism. So when we look at the scriptures and we look through the lens of mysticism or the early Christian tradition, there is no religion higher than truth. If we look through the lens of truth, what is Jesus talking about when he says, I and the Father are one? He says, no one comes to the Father except through me. Well, if Jesus is not talking about the Old Testament Father, who is this violent, wrathful, judgmental, extreme personality, what Father is Jesus actually talking about? What is that Father? Who is that Father? And to understand this, we must look to the East. So Jesus is missing in the Bible from the age 12 to 30. And he picks up in historical documents in a Tibetan Buddhist monastery called Hemi's Monastery, and in other areas around North India, Kashmir, and Tibet. Okay. And some historians disagree with this, whether Jesus was there or not. But if you've spent any time soaking in the deepest of our wisdom traditions in the world, which is the fire burning in the East, you would understand that whether he went there or a rishi or master came to him, he is absolutely speaking in Eastern, yogic, Buddhic concepts. Okay? So while we've had our concept of God greatly meddled with in the West through Abrahamic religions and fundamentalism, the East has so many wisdoms and spiritual traditions that have been kept pure for millennia. So within Buddhism, it's not one thing. There are multiple lineages around the concept of Buddhism. There are multiple lineages around the concept of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. There are multiple lineages around Taoism, right? It's like a living tree in the East. It's the tree that and the fire that burns for eternity. We look to the East to understand our place in this world. The East is where our masters reside and where the wisdom comes from. If I hadn't spent time in India for years on pilgrimage, I would not have understood the bedrock of my own nature. This has been preserved by the rishis of the East. There are no rishis in the West. There are a few of them, and any of them will tell you to look east. Any rishi in the West will tell you to look east, because that is where our wisdom traditions lie. Right? It's like a living tree bursting with wisdom traditions. So many myriads. You can access Buddhic wisdom through so many lineages. Tantric wisdom, dharmic wisdom. So many masters have come into being one with the Father. I am the Father of one. There's not just a Jesus and everybody bowing to this Jesus in the East. Hell no. It's known in the East that this is the bedrock of nature, and there's myriads of ashrams and places where you go to learn from living masters today. My master, Father Amasami, a Zen Buddhist master, he is Emmanuel. He stands in the Father. He has unearthed his true essence. He's gone to the root of the root, and there he sits like Buddha under the Bodhi tree. It's not a mystery when you look to the East. It's not a mystery. And Jesus and his teachings make perfect sense when we look at the wisdom traditions of the East. Okay. So,